Hey, thank you for coming back. If you've been here before, and if not, welcome. My name is Connie. I am the unemployed boomer. And today I'm going to talk about interview jitters. Now, I'd say 95% of the population is nervous 1 or 2 days before. They're nervous right before walking into that interview, and they're nervous during the interview. I, on the other hand, I'm one of those weird people that I don't get nervous before walking in, and I don't get nervous during the interview. However, the night before, no matter how hard I try to stay cool and calm, it drifts into my sleep, or lack of sleep, I should say. I had a Zoom interview the other day. Interview went great. They're interviewing other people, so it'll be a week before I hear anything. However, the night before, first of all, even though I was exhausted, I had trouble falling asleep. I tossed and I turned, I tossed and I turned. My brain would not shut down. I worried about stupid things that I had no control over. Where would I park? What if they didn't have parking near the building? Some days I can walk without pain, other days I have a lot of pain. What am I going to do? Again, at that moment in time, I had no control over any of these questions. So why was I racking my brain, wasting sleep time, worrying about this stuff? I don't know. If you have a solution, let me know. Then I finally did fall asleep, and what happens? I had a nightmare, a bona fide nightmare. It was so real that I woke up sobbing. I dreamt that I had been diagnosed with shoulder cancer and that I only had until August to live. Mind you, excuse me, it is June right now, so June, July, August, that's not a lot of time. In the dream, I was freaking out about making preparations, preparing my son for my eventual demise, etc., etc. It was crazy. And the moment I realized that it was a dream, I'm sorry that this camera's moving. My Gable is great. I love it. Or gimbal. Gimbal. But my arm is a bit unsteady today. Anyway, I don't like this angle. Hang on. Okay. Oh, meow. Now my cat's meowing. Okay, hold on while I open the door. Come in, princess. All right. This is real. Anyway, so I woke up, realized it was a dream, and the relief that I felt was immense. It took me a while to calm down, but I finally started drifting off to sleep. And what happens? Princess over there got sick and threw up in my bed. So you know what? I said, I give up. I give up. I'm getting up. I'm going to make coffee. I'm going to be exhausted for my interview, but oh well, it is what it is. So, are you that way? How do you get your brain to shut off? I very rarely will lose sleep over something, but I've noticed that the night before an interview, I'll get that way. I used to get that way before travel. I was just so excited. That doesn't happen anymore because traveling has become second nature to me. But yeah. And I can sit here and I can tell you, don't do this. Don't let yourself fall into this horrible trap. You need to relax. You need to feel confident. Well, yeah, it's easy for me to tell you, but why can't I get it through my thick head? And I think I mentioned it already. The interview went great. They're interviewing a few candidates, and they're going to take a week to make a decision. So I'll know by next Tuesday. That's fair. But in the meantime, I'm sitting here shaking my head at myself because I got so worked up over the stupid little things. Like I said, well, where am I going to park? Well, if it bothers you that much, and I do plan to do this, I'm going to drive down there, scope it out. I don't know. But see, I just want you to know you're not the only one. You're not the only one this happens to.